Quick disclaimer, guys. Trading carries a high level of risk, so every decision you make should be based off of your own analysis. Okay, this is just how Collins view pips. Alright, so without any further ado, let's dive right into what we have for today. Here we'll be looking at AudUsd, starting from the weekly recap on Monday. So yeah, this was on a Monday. This was on a Monday. The market, opened on Sunday, and as you can see, this whole imbalance. I was waiting for a buy to occur from this zone here. I was waiting for a buy to occur from this zone here, but as you can see, the market opened and the buys already played out. Okay, that's very good. Then this was a low, a high. And what do you see here? A reaction from 5 minutes break of structure. Yeah, we had an entry set here. We had an entry set here, but as you can see, that never played out. That never played out, okay? We had an entry set here, which never played out. So pretty much Monday there was no trade. Monday there was no trade for me. Yeah, which and on the price getting to this supply, this was around like 4:30 or so. There was a reaction from the supply. I was focused more on GBP JPY. And yeah, looking at this, there was no 5 minutes reaction. So there was no real reason for me to be in the market. There was no 5 minutes reaction. So the market, I was out of the market on Monday and on Tuesday as well. On Tuesday, I was waiting to see the buys here. I actually had my entry still placed here. Okay. Did I? No, I was waiting for a reaction here. Then I look for a break or structure buy or something. Okay. So yeah, I took a loss here. Okay, looking at this reaction from here, a 5 minutes break or structure within. So this was a loss. This was a loss. Then the price reacted from this demand and all the way to our supply zones here. As you can see, this was the breaker point. If you see, this was the breaker point. This trying to make it perfect. Okay, yeah, this was the breaker point. This was the other block that broke that created this low. So yeah, it never still got to our demand zone. Never still got to our demand zone. Then what do we see? Bullish retracement all the way to the supplies. And getting here, I noticed the 5 minutes break of structure. I had my entry placed in again. The 1 to 2 partials were out, but yeah, the market still came back with a little bit of loss. Not really loss, but I wasn't breaking even yet. So the market came back, took the loss, it took the L. So it was more like making like a 0.25% for the day. That was fine. Then for what? Wednesday, the market just got to our supplies. We weren't in the market. I wasn't there. I was, come on, this is Asian time. I was probably dreaming about my Lamborghini or something, or my family and I in some other country on vacation. So I was probably dreaming about something good. Then I woke up, find out that okay, yeah, price already reacted from our supply. Friday reacted from our supply and continuation down. So pretty much I wasn't here on Wednesday. I was focused on GBPJPY as well. The day the market ran 400 pips, after taking me out like 2 pips and running 400 pips in my direction. Yeah, it's just what it is. It's the market. We have no control over it. As you can see, the price now getting to our demand zone, but refusing to hold, refusing to break any structure. The sales continued. It was a continuation to the downside. Yeah, it was a continuation to the downside. So obviously, looking at this, what did we react from? What did we react from? Nothing. Okay, nothing. Yeah, I could see this 5 minutes break of structure, but we never reacted from anything. Okay, never reacted from anything. And also looking at this, the price never reacted from the 5 minutes itself within. This was on a Wednesday. The price never reacted from the 5 minutes itself within. It just continued going bullish. So pretty much there was no much trade for me here for ADUSD. If I recall correctly, correctly, did I take a trade here? No, I don't think I never took a trade here. Why? Never reacted. I was waiting for it to react from my demand. Never did. So I didn't take a trade here. It was just one of those days. No trade, no trades really. Then all the way to Fridays, yeah? All the way to Friday. Good. Now the price what did the price do? Taking out this. Let me drag this out a little. Let me drag this out a little. So I had hopes that okay, yeah, this was probably a liquidity grab reaction from the supply then drop. What did the price do? What did the price do? Yeah, it did react from the supply, dropped, almost breaking this low, but never did breaking this low. So We hoped that yeah, it was probably coming for the 5 minutes other block for a continuation, but break of structure all the way to the upside, created a new high. Reaction from a supply as well. Reaction from a supply. Then what? Broke these lows. After breaking these lows, I had my entry set here. This was a trigger. This was a 5 minutes candle trigger, it triggered me. Then we rode this sales all the way to, let's see where we topped at. We topped at a 1 to 3. We topped at a 1 to 3. Man, and yeah, I had a trade placed here because I was getting too skeptical about the sales. We were just ranging all the way down. Created a break of structure while reacting from a supply. Created a break of structure, never reacting from the 5 minutes I had marked out itself. You see, never reacting from the 5 minutes candle I had marked out. So I was skeptical about the sales continuation, so I decided to take a buy position from here. Take a buy position from here, which ended up a loss. Which ended up a loss. So yeah, my position from here I already had like half of my position cut out already, and I was waiting for the trades to just keep running. Let's see how the sales played out. But unfortunately, the market was took me out break even. You see the market taking me out break even. Why? I really have, I have a little bit of explanation because now I'm going to be deleting this. Why? Because as you can see, it's no more valid. It's no more valid, and this is our main 5 minutes order block. Well, you see reaction from there. What do you see? The sell continuation. I'll show you why. I'll show you why. Watch this. Watch this. Though I saw this in the market. I saw this, but you know, I was tired of having to just wait for the market to give me my trade. I was tired of waiting. So let's see if it reacts from this 1 minute here, the 1 minute extreme that led to break of structure all the way. So let's see. If it didn't react, oh wow, it never triggered the extreme. So most likely the sales are not going to play out. We're going to be looking for buys. We're going to be looking for buys for the coming week. And yeah, let's go back to our 15 minutes because we don't trade 5 minutes. So most likely we're going to be looking for buys all the way to these supplies here, or possible there are going to be sales playing out. If we wake up Monday and see that these lows are already out, then we know we're looking for sales. But I believe by Monday, yeah, the buys are going to be playing out already, which is going to be great, because USD pairs. Funny how they are bullish right now, but this might be a bullish retracement all the way to these breakout zones for the sales to continue. Okay, what's this? What's this? Okay, yeah, yeah, better. Yeah, so saying that these are all outs, updating this, making the charts clearer and yeah, more easier to understand. Okay, I'm deleting all this now, so you see what is happening currently, know what has happened. All this, just makes the chart look rough, really. Okay, so just make this. So this is now a new low, new higher low and higher high created. Okay, so yeah, waiting to see continuation for the market to continue going highs. But then let's dive right into what's top down analysis. Starting now from the daily. Okay, that was just like a recap of the previous week and yeah, see what I believe from the 15 minutes is going to happen. So now let's dive right into the analysis for the coming week, the forecast. Time from the daily. Time from the daily, as you can see, we started from a breaker, and the buy is what reacting from where? The buys, all the way to a supply zone. Now, as you can see, we are now in a downtrend. Okay, from the daily is obviously in a downtrend. The supply is very clear here. Okay, the daily is currently in a downtrend. We have been taking out these demand zones, so this whole demand has been taken out, and yeah, this is more like a retracement leg for the impulse move to happen again. This is more like a retracement leg for the impulse move to happen again. Okay, so do not be wary, do not be wary. Like I said, the market is going to buy all the way to these supplies before it can continue going down. Okay, so do not rush. You just have to be patient in the market so you don't miss out on the right opportunities after taking so many L's. Okay, because those are one of the things that make us miss out from our opportunities when you're taking so many losses that you no more trust your analysis, you no more trust, you no more have confidence in what you've analyzed. Okay, so yeah, to avoid stuff like that happening, you just have to be patient, wait for the market to get to your entry, and trade your plan your trade. Simple as that. You plan your trade and trade your plan. All right. Okay. I think I have to edit this now to white. Okay, yeah. Trade your plan and plan your trade. All right. So looking at the 4 hours, where do you see a demand for the buyers to continue? Clearly, this was the last imbalance. This was where the last imbalance ended. So most likely that's where the buyers are going to continue from. So it's going to be like a 4 hour demand. It's going to be like a 4 hour demand because obviously where else do you expect the buyers to continue from? Unless you're going to come down the way to this extreme before it continues, which I highly doubt that. But if it comes all the way to these extremes and we see a break of structure, come on, why not? We have no control over the market. We're just spectators and a little bit of participants. Okay, market doesn't really care about us if we're there or not. The market just does the stuff that's been programmed to do so all along. Yeah, so if we're expecting to see buys, we're expecting to see buys all the way from these zones here, or a continuation from this other blockade that has created a new high, breaking this, taking this high. So taking this high is probably going to be a continuation from this other block here, you know. So we're to see buys all the way from these zones or these zones here. Okay, but this is not clear, so I'm just gonna leave this whole area marked out. Okay, let me see if there's a 5 minutes I can use. If there's a 5 minutes I can use, so we're just gonna leave that whole area marked out and see for a break of structure. Okay, look for a break of structure there. Well, let's just go with this. Let's go with this as a 15 minutes. But do not forget there's an Asian low there. Do not forget that there's an Asian low there. Okay. So for even rather if we're thinking of going with this, I would rather go with the other block from the beginning of that low. Yeah, starting here. Okay, so if we're going with the 15 minutes, this is gonna be the 15 minutes. Really, this is gonna be the 15 minutes. Extreme, but at 15 minutes extreme. Okay, most times we have a decision on an extreme. This is gonna be like the 15 minutes extreme for the 4 hour. 15 minutes demand. Yeah, 15 minutes extreme for the 4 hour, and we take this as a 15 minutes demand decision rather, the 15 minutes decision and the 15 minutes extreme. Oh, okay. So like a 15 minutes decision or 15 minutes extreme. Then if you go down to the 5 minutes, let's see if there's a 5 minutes clear of that block there. Okay, this has been mitigated. This has been mitigated, and clearly everything has been mitigated except for this. So yeah, we're just positive about we're looking for buys for the sales to play out. The higher time frame is telling us sales and the lower time frame is telling us buys. Okay, so don't get lost in the structure, don't get lost in what is happening. Most likely we're going to see sales all the way from either here continuation or sales from here, you know. But yeah, you could also see buys play out from here. Okay, so it's more like an even something. You can see buys play out from here or sales play out from here. Okay, so yeah, you just have to be very and very focused when watching the market so you don't make mistakes and you don't lose where the price is actually headed. Okay, so yeah, this is pretty much it for AUD USD forecast for the week. Remember we did a little recap Yeah, if you like content like this, and like to see forecast of AD, USD, and GBJPY trades every week, yeah, do well to hop in. Most of the trades that happened here, we called out these buys all the way to this zone. We called these buys, just that it never reacted from our demand that we're waiting for. As you can see, just like less than a pip to our demand we're waiting for. So, come on, a lot of gems coming out from these contents. So, yeah, pretty much that's it. And enjoy. See you guys in the next one.